Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's Tease Towel. I hope your week has started out well. I had a bad hair day, so it's raining and weird here today, so I put a hat on. And when I put this hat on, you can see what it says. It says Good Vibes Club. And I decided that's what I'm going to talk about today. We see phrases like good vibes only and stuff like that on t-shirts and coffee mugs and Instagram captions and things like that. But to me, it is, it's not just something that's cute and trendy. It's a reminder to stay positive. But if we dig a little deeper, we realize just how powerful it is. And it is about setting boundaries. It's not ignoring life's messiness. It's about choosing intentionally to protect your peace. So, like I said, good vibes only, or this good vibes club, doesn't mean that everything's perfect and that we sweep the bad things under the rug. But because life is real and life is messy, and sometimes we cry in the shower, and sometimes we carry heartbreak like a backpack full of bricks. It doesn't deny the hard. It simply says, I won't let the hard define me. Here's the truth. Not everyone deserves a front row seat in your life. And not every opinion deserves your energy. Protecting your peace is very personal, and it can look like maybe unfollowing someone who's always drama on Facebook, or it may be taking a break from the news, or it may be saying no to that invitation that drains you and instead choosing a cup of tea at home listening to your favorite playlist. It took me a long time to learn this. It took me a long time to realize that peace is not passive, it's powerful. And I used to think that being kind meant saying yes to everything, saying yes to every invitation, and saying yes to everyone asking something of me. And you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so you want to, you do things that are really, you're not setting those boundaries for yourself. And you end up bending and stretching and carrying weight that's not really yours to carry. So I eventually learned to set those boundaries. And it's not walls to keep people out, but it's gates to allow who gets in. And that's very important. You don't need drama. You don't need negativity. We don't need that in our lives. There's enough of that in the world. And you also don't need to apologize for protecting your energy, for protecting your peace. You don't need to explain why. Nobody needs to know. You don't need to explain why you have to protect yourself from negativity. Not everyone is meant to go to your next level. So let's talk about that people part, because there's people who walk into the room and the whole place lights up. We know those people. We've experienced that. But there's others who walk in and all of a sudden all the sunshine has just disappeared. We know those people too. We've been there. We've seen that. And we know the difference. Surround yourself with people who light you up. People who clap when you win and stand beside you when you fail. You want people who don't compete, but who complete your vibe. The kind of people who make you laugh so hard that your belly hurts. And they remind you that you are never too much and you're always enough. Hey, Misty, happy birthday. Thank you for hopping on today. You're one of those people who lights up the room when you come in. And that's what I'm talking about, that good vibe energy. And those good vibe people are worth keeping. But even more important than the people around you is the voices in your head, the voices within you. We can't always control our external, what happens to us and around us, but we can control how we speak to ourselves. If our dialogue isn't kind, uplifting, and empowering, then it's time for us to rewrite what we're saying in our head. Start each day by feeding yourself with sunshine, with affirmations, with gratitude, with music that makes you dance while you're brushing your teeth. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to light you up. Let me ask you something. What if you started filtering your life the way you filter your water? What if you became mindful of what you're allowing in? Your thoughts, your habits, your connections, your conversations, your energy. What if you started asking yourself, does this deserve my peace? Does this deserve my peace? If it doesn't belong. So today I challenge you in this week's Tease Tell. I want to challenge you to protect your peace like the precious gift that it is. Not just for yourself, but for those people who need your light. Because when you're operating from a place of joy and groundedness, you're magnetic. And you lift rooms, and you heal hearts, and you inspire other people to choose their peace too. So in closing, I'm going to leave you with this. This is a quote. Good vibes only isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about being brave enough to choose what's good for your soul. It's about knowing that your peace is sacred and your energy is your responsibility. It's your responsibility. Only you can protect your peace. So choose joy, choose stillness, choose laughter, choose boundaries, choose you. Join my Good Vibes Only club and let the rest fall away. Thank you for joining me this week on Tease Towel. Misty, thank you for hopping in and for all your kind comments. Love you to death, and I hope you're having a fabulous day. And thanks to all of you for joining me on Tease Towel. Join my YouTube channel, subscribe to that, and you can see this episode down the road and past episodes, and follow me. It supports me. Let me know if you watch this on replay. Share this with anyone who maybe needs it, and I'll see you next week on Tease Towel. Love you. Thanks. Bye.